Time for my January TBR. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Zach with Zacks Books, and today I've got my January TBR for you. Yes, I'm aware it is still before Christmas, but we're making the TBR now, so you're going to have to sit and deal with it. I've got 6 books in front of me, but I think there's 7 on here because I think there's one that's being released in January that I'm planning to read, and I want to say it's either Riley's... No, that's the Grady Hendrix book. Which I will mention obviously in a little bit. But yes, I've got 6 books in front of me, 7 total. We'll do what we can, linking them down below. Also down below, don't forget to check out the podcast, the Instagram stuff, Danielle's channel, all the other stuff that's down there. And yeah, Bailey's dog. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the list. First up is The Mailman by Bentley Little. So this book has been recommended a few times by a couple different people. This would be my first Bentley Little book, I believe. This one is about a mailman who, I think he dies. Oh, it's a suicide. So the mailman kills himself, and then now a new mailman arrives and shit starts hitting the fan real quick. We're following the Albin family, and by what I've read in this, it's going to be pretty intriguing, and Stephen King calls it a master of the macabre. Or I guess he's maybe calling Bentley Little a master of the macabre. It is a book that we have got checked out at the library, so it's really exciting. And yeah, not much else to really say about it. It seems really mysterious and really eerie, so there you have The Mailman by Bentley Little. Alright, next up is going to be The Island by Adrian McKee. I said his name right. I read The Chain by this author, and Danielle and I did that as a buddy read. We both really loved the story. I think we both ended up with 4 stars or something like that. It's a really good book. Just did not crack the top 10 as you saw in my top 10 videos of the year. But this book is one that came out this past year, 2022, and it is a book. I'm going to read the blurbs in the back here. It was just supposed to be a family vacation. A terrible accident changed everything. You don't know what you're capable of until they come for your family. So that sounds really intriguing and very, I don't want to say spooky, but like thrilling, because it's a thriller book, obviously. It is not that big of a book. It's another one we got from the library. I mean, yeah, we like The Chain a lot, so hopefully this one is going to be just as good. This is not the buddy read. We were doing a different book as the buddy read. I wanted to read this, so that's why it's in my TBR. Duh. So yeah, there you have The Island by Adrian McKee. Alright, next up is going to be My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. The sequel is coming out for this book this year. I have read some Stephen Graham Jones books previously and have liked a couple of them. So as far as I know with this one, it's a book about it's a nod to 80s slasher horror or something like that, or 90s slasher horror, which I'm pretty sure is going to work for me. At least I really hope so. I think this was one of the Final Girl authors too. I think this guy wrote a Final Girl book, and I think it was one that I was in between on. Wasn't terrible, wasn't great, but whatever. But yeah, I'm excited to see what this one is. Again, with it being a Stephen Graham Jones, I really want to be kind of more vague with it because I don't want to know a whole lot going into it. And yes, I believe this has been on the TBR previously, but as I always say, it's always subject to change. But yeah, I'm excited to get to this one. The sequel is coming out in 2023.
February.
Yes, so it's coming out soon. So, yeah, My Heart is a Chainsaw, Stephen Graham Jones. Alright, so the one I do not have in front of me, I'm going to go along with this next one I have because they're 2 favorite authors of mine. Grady Hendrix is coming out with a book on the 17th, I think it was. And it is called How to Sell a Haunted House. It is it's a horror book. It's Grady Hendrix. He's been one of my all-time favorite authors. Yeah, it's his haunted house take. It got many books I've really enjoyed. I don't think I have one that I really don't like. I think the lowest rated one is Horror Store, and that was 3.5 stars. Even his Final Girl book I really like. So, yeah, How to Sell a Haunted House, January 17th. And going into that, my other favorite author, who's not Stephen King, Darcy Coates, Hunted. So the little blurb on the back says her disappearance wasn't an accident, but her rescue will be a mistake. It's a little bit of a bigger book for Darcy. I feel like I haven't read a Darcy in a long time. I think it was Carol Hunt, and that was September. I feel like it was before October happened. Like, it's been a while since I've read a Darcy Coates book. And I want to get to this one. I have other ones I want to get to, but I mean, I want to read all of her stuff, but I think Hunted is the next route to go. She also has got another one coming out this upcoming year that's like very wintry, and I don't remember if it's
Dead of Winter in July.
Oh, that's way further out. Never mind. I thought it was sooner.
Last in the trilogy is February.
Yeah, the Whispering Dead trilogy. It's Whispering Dead, The Raven is Dead, and then there's the.
We can put the cover on.
Yeah, there's. I think it's like a blue or something like that, but I don't. Purple. It's purple. I don't remember what the title is, but something dead. But yeah, Hunted. Like I said, I love going into Darcy Coates books, not knowing a whole lot because she's just a really good author for me. So. Yeah, there you have Hunted by Darcy Coates. Alright, next up is one of the buddy reads Danielle and I have planned for this month. She also wants to read the Riley Sager book, but...
Grady Hendrix.
Grady Hendrix. Why am I stuck on Riley Sager? Whatever. But yes, this one is called Take Me Apart by Sarah Sliger. I'm going to say a little blurb in the bottom of this. This is, it's the buddy read, but it's technically, I think, the Danielle pick. I don't really think she really gave me one besides the buddy read. A breathtaking, nuanced novel of psychological suspense, Take Me Apart paints a vivid picture of two magnetic young women facing their demons in separate decades. In her thrilling debut, Sarah Sliger draws readers into a web of secrets and lies, alternating between the past and the present, chasing the truth about Miranda's death through the object she left behind. So Miranda is a photographer, and she has like a mysterious like death at the height of her career, and kind of trying to figure out like what happened. Her son, I think his name is Theo. Yeah, Theo is like also trying to like take part in this and like trying to be helpful. I think I have no idea. That's what it kind of sounded like. So Danielle and I are going to be doing this as a buddy read. You can join along with us if you'd like. We will have these linked down below, like I said earlier. So if you want to join the buddy read. This is the book we are doing for sure, the Riley Sager one. Not Riley Sager. Why is he on my damn mind?
Grady Hendrix. Didn't like his last book.
I know, his last book sucked. Grady Hendrix. Grady Hendrix. If you would like to read the Grady Hendrix book with us, obviously it's not out until in the middle of... 17th. I almost said December. Dude, I need to go home. This is the one buddy read that we have got for sure that we are doing. The Grady Hendrix one. We also might do a podcast episode for it. So that'll be obviously later in January. And we are still trying to get to New Year's. So let me end this clip because I keep messing up. So Take Me Apart, Sarah Sliger. Alright, if you have followed so far, you're probably wondering where the Stephen King book is. It's always at the end. We always save the best for last here. I also talked about in my... we did a video on Danielle's channel, which check it out down below, with our 2023 reading goals. They're not like super specific. We're just kind of like throwing stuff at each other and crap like that. But in that video, I mentioned that I wanted to finish Stephen King's fiction wanted to finish Stephen King's fiction catalog by the end of the year. I think I'm down to the last like 10 or 12 or something like that. Also, he's got a book that's supposed to come out this year called Holly. I think it's the Holly Gibney Book 2 series, and I definitely need to read the Mr. Mercedes trilogy before that, so got to figure out when that's coming out. Another top run that everyone has wanted me to read, and you guys were right on 1122. I still can't get that book out of my head. The other one that a lot of people really like is McKee. So I'm going to get this chunky book out of the way in January. The other book, we have a little vacation time at the start of January. I could potentially knock out 2 King books that month. Either a shorter one or 2 big ones. I don't know.
That week?
Yes, potentially. I am currently in the middle of reading The Fireman by Joe Hill, and I am really liking it. There's already a character that I really hate, and her name's Carol. If you've read the book, then you know who she is. But McKee is the book I'm talking about now. This is a book that, as far as I know, it's about an artist, or not an artist. He is a construction worker, and he gets in this accident on the site, and he loses his, I think it's his right arm. It's his right arm or his left arm? His right arm. And he basically like used to be like a drawer. I think he's divorced, or like his wife died or something like that. And he's told by a doctor or something like that, like, you know, find something that you like. Is there anything you used to do? And he's like, I used to draw. And he's like, we'll start drawing again. And I think he goes to this place called McKee Island, I think is what it's called, or McKee Beach, or rented a house on McKee. Yeah. It's off the Florida coast. And basically, he starts drawing stuff, but like stuff starts like coming to life, like from his drawings or something like that. At least that's what I gather from what I have been told. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm excited to get to this one finally because a lot of people do really like this and they say it is in their top 10, top 15, whatever. So we'll see. The main guy's name is Edgar, by the way. Edgar Fremantle, whatever. So yeah, that's the King pick. I could potentially be trying to do Sleeping Beauties as well. Maybe. Depends on how I feel after reading this chunky book, The Fireman, because those two are really big ones, so we'll see if I have time for it. I do want to read that one, but a lot of people really hate it, so. But hey, I like Tommyknockers and Dreamcatchers, so who knows. But yeah, McKee, Stephen King. Alright, so this is my January TBR. Again, it is being released a little bit sooner than towards the end of the month, like the end of the month. Merry Christmas if you celebrate. I believe Hanukkah is already halfway done or whatever. But happy holidays to everybody. We will, like I said, we'll have these linked down below as many as we can. I'm going to try and get a recent reads out before the end of the year. Because like I said, I'm in the middle of a book. I have finished 2 other books already, and I have not talked about them yet. So what's your reading plans for January? Make sure you let me know in the comments down below what's on your TBR that you're super excited for. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.